10, 9, 8. Oh, we are live. Okay, so as you know, on this channel, we talk about obviously moving to Bakersfield, living in Bakersfield, moving to California. However, there's a whole group of y'all that like to know which state and why they need to move out of California, leaving California, bugging out of California. So some crazy turn of events has happened. And one of my high school friends is a realtor as well. And I'm going to introduce you to her. If you don't know this already, I am Angel, the owner of Bakersfield Realtor here on YouTube. And I am so glad to have you here. But let me introduce you to my friend, Kathy. Well, she goes by Kat
Hi.
now. Kat, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Kat Collins, Arizona realtor, primarily of Northern Arizona. I cover Prescott and the Quad City areas.
Did everybody hear how she said that word? Let's just bring it up right now. How do you? Okay. First of all, is Arizona still letting Californians in? But then how do locals say that word right there? How do they say it?
Yes, so you can tell that you're not a local if you say Prescott. You know, like Dak Prescott, the football player, it is actually Prescott like biscuit. That's how you say it. And that's how you know you're a local if you say it correctly.
When I was there visiting my mom, and we'll get into that story, we went in some shop and they had this hat that said Prescott, Preskit, just like what you said. I was like, I need this hat. I might go. I still think about that hat. I'm like, I need to go get that hat.
Right? Yep.
So for those that don't know, my mom has left California and moved to Prescott. There's Prescott and then there's Prescott Valley. And she's now in Prescott and thriving, loving it. I hear weather reports, all the activity. It's just, they love America and all the things. Awesome. Very pro veteran. So that's like right up my mom's alley. The apple does not fall far from the tree as far as that goes, but you, praise the Lord, help her, love her, take care of her. I might cry, but I mean, come on. Of all the people to help my mom, it's you. Like, yes. Tell me about how that's going.
Oh my gosh, your mom's awesome. I invited her to all our holiday parties. She comes over for barbecues. I just took her to Bunko the other day to introduce her to a bunch of ladies. So that was super fun. And that's actually walking distance from her house. So she has no excuse not to go.
Did you hear that, Mom? No excuse. Okay, so let's talk about, because you and I both grew up in the Lakewood, Long Beach area here in California. So how did it, and then, praise the Lord for social media. We got to stay in contact.
Right. Yeah.
How did it come to be that you are now living in Arizona and all of that? How did that happen in your world?
Well, we figured if we stayed in California, we wouldn't be able to retire just because of the high cost of living. And so my husband works in banking. And so he's like, let's move, let's relocate. So it was either here or Colorado. He wanted more of the California weather because he doesn't like the cold. So we ended up here in Prescott Valley because it's usually 74. We do get all 4 seasons. So it does snow. Yes, it does snow in Arizona. We've had a couple years ago, we had about 2 feet of snow. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But this is amazing for me because I've always wanted like a white Christmas, and we've had them since we've been here. We've been here 7.5 years now. So it's been really cool.
You get white Christmases?
We do.
All right, I'm gonna have to go visit my mom at White Christmas. At Christmas. I'm always like, let's go to Hawaii, and she's like, okay, but maybe I'll come there for Christmas one year, but it'll be white.
Yeah, you have to come for Christmas because Prescott is
No, it's not Prescott.
Sorry, I'm saying it so you can understand it. So Prescott is known as Christmas City because they decorate, they do all sorts of stuff for Christmas. That's their big holiday around here. And they're also dog friendly. You can take your dogs anywhere.
I have to say, yes, everywhere we go, when I go visit, there's dog a dog. Friendly. Yes. We went to some fair or something or other in the central area of Prescott. There was a craft fair and vendors, and it was so fun. It was so fun. Okay. So for those that are watching, is Arizona full? Are you still letting Californians in over there?
We are letting you in as long as close of escrow, you change your license plate, because that's just a number one thing. You can't let people know that, because like when we first came here, they're like, "Oh, we're so great to have you," and people would wave. We wouldn't even know. My daughter's like,
Right.
"Why is that person waving to you?" And I'm like, "They're just nice here." Californians, they're not so nice. They give you the stare down. But Arizona, they're very warm and welcoming. But they ask you where you come from, and you say California, and then they kind of give you the stink eye, like, "Are you kidding?" Because they automatically think Californians are Democrats and that we're going to ruin their state. So they're very
Right.
freaked out about Californians coming, but they'll love on you anyways.
There is a sticker or a
There's a
meme I
bumper
saw.
sticker.
Yeah, it
Yes.
says, "Don't California my," and then you fill in the blank with whichever
Yes.
state.
Yes.
And this is the truth, honestly, though, like, because people in California, we tend to be very persnickety about our weather and our bugs.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So leaving our state, we're like, "Oh, there's weather. Oh, there's bugs." But or and you're what do you got? Scorpions out there?
Right.
But
Yeah.
but uh it's the politics that have made
Yeah.
California have so many people leave. And I always say to my clients, okay, when you leave, you can't just flip that switch and not pay attention and make the other state that you're going to, Texas and Florida and Tennessee, all you can't just like, not pay attention and then it becomes California. That's on you.
Right.
So
Right.
that's your responsibility.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm okay. Changing plates. First
Yes.
thing.
Yes. First thing to do on closing day.
Good Lord. Okay. So why are people moving there? Are they moving like your husband for banking? Are they moving for an industry that's there?
There's quite a few industries are here. The school, I would say, the number one school here is Embry-Riddle. They're known for their aerospace and their cyber security.
Oh.
So I think there's only two of them besides online. They have one in Florida and then one here.
I
Um,
thought they were okay, you did say aeronautics. Is that what you said?
yeah, aeronautics.
Okay. I
What
did
did
hear
I
that.
say? Yeah, aeronautics, aviation, engineering, security, intelligence, and
Yeah.
space stuff. They have a
Nice.
they have a planetarium there, which is really cool. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh. And
And
so
some of the other
oh,
companies that they come for is Ruger. We have a Ruger company here.
the
You know,
gun maker.
yes, yes.
That's the Second Amendment kicking in loud and
Right?
proud over there
There
in
you
Arizona.
go.
Love it.
So
And we're
yeah,
done. Anyway, next question.
yes. Let's skip that.
No, no, I'm happy about it. What else do you have? So you have an Embry-Riddle, that's a school, and then they obviously train them to, make rockets
Right,
and all that
right. So we have
cybersecurity.
Prescott Aerospace, which is machinery. We have the Guidance Aviation, which is the leader in helicopter flying training.
Oh, fun.
We also have a huge water treatment plant that services pretty much all of the states.
Water? You guys have water?
We do have water.
Well, California,
And
we have
like
water
everybody's
now.
thinking that we're going to run out of water, we have plenty of water to go around.
All right. Keep
And some of
going.
us live on wells, some of us are city water. So
Mm.
it's not, but it's
Because
good.
you live in Prescott Valley. My mom lives in Prescott. You live in Prescott Valley. So you have a different, a very different lay of the land than where my mom lives. She's in you said it off camera. You had a name for it. Viney, piney, hilly.
Yeah, she lives in the Pines, so she lives
See, there you go.
a little bit up in the higher elevation.
Yeah.
Prescott Valley also has city water, just depending on where you're at. I'm a little bit farther out. I'm 6 miles from the main downtown Prescott Valley,
Right.
where I have a little more acreage. So out here we have the septic and the wells and the propane. So
Okay.
so that's fun. My husband was kind of hesitant when we first moved here, but now he's like, it's no big deal.
Yeah, you're city folk and you're going like, what?
Yeah. You just have to educate yourself.
Yes.
And that's what your agents are for. Hello.
But you and I did talk off camera. People are buying land there. You were talking about that when we were talking about some real estate stuff before off camera. People are buying land. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah. Even people from California, they don't want to touch their neighbor. They don't want to
Even
arms,
people from California.
arms distance from their neighbors. They want more space. They want more, and so they have plenty of acreages out here. They have some subdivisions that go from 10 and then they break it down to 2. So it just depends on how much land you want.
When you're saying 10 and 2, you mean acres.
Acres, yes.
Okay.
So right now we have about 980 vacant lots
Lordy.
in the Prescott Quad Cities. So that's Prescott, Chino Valley, Dewey, in Prescott Valley.
Dewey.
Dewey, Dewey, yeah.
I love it. And so somebody from California, so we could sell here in Bakersfield for 500,000
Right.
and move to Prescott
Uh-huh.
Valley and buy acreage,
Right.
and we would then be able to build from then up.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We have
okay,
numerous contractors out here.
good.
And a lot of times you can get the land home construction loans. So that packages it all together. So it pays for the land, and then it takes chunks a little at a time to pay your contractor, and it builds your house. So you only need one loan for that, which
So
makes it really nice.
this is a custom build that we're doing.
Yes, custom
Okay.
build.
This
Yes.
isn't new construction, 2
New
acres on new
construction, there's a lot
construction.
of subdivisions, like in
Okay.
Granville and stuff, where they kind of, I don't want to say this, but they have the cookie cutter homes. So
Mhm.
they give you a couple models, you go in and choose, and then, but yeah, they have quite a few subdivisions. That Pronghorn, which is just maybe 5 minutes from me, they're opening another phase, and they're doing more of the track homes.
Now, even though you say cookie cutter, sometimes, think about somebody living in Orange County that's like just in a townhome or something, and they
Right,
just want more space,
right,
or somebody that's just renting in like Orange County or up in the Bay
right,
Area.
right.
And they're like, I want to be able to buy a house. If they're not coming to Bakersfield to stay in California, they're going to
Right.
go to Arizona because they can get what we consider to be cookie cutter. But for them, it's like, a mansion.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you can totally get more for your money here.
Yeah. We like
Yeah,
that. We like that.
definitely.
Keep talking, Kat. Keep talking. Mhm. Um, so for those of you that are following along, like I said, Kathy and I have been friends for a very long time, and I'm about to show you a picture
Oh
of,
gosh.
of Kathy and I from back in the day. Well, let me pull. Well, I'll do that as you talk, but let me get the story going. So let me ask you this question. This next question that I have queued up.
Uh-huh.
Um, when people are buying there and they are, settling in and stuff like that. So what are some of like the big activities that they're going to not only see you doing, but like that they're going to want to do when they're out and about in Prescott Valley?
Okay. Well, we have 4 big lakes. 2 of
Oh,
them I think you can now swim in, before you couldn't.
why?
There's
Why couldn't we swim in them?
just because they weren't letting people. It wasn't like the water's bad or anything. They just
Okay.
there's certain.
You read my mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not polluted. You're not going to get sick and grow another eye or something. They just decided they didn't want anybody in the water, but you could take boats in there. You can paddle boats, kayaking,
Nice.
So, and they have nighttime paddles, kayaking out there at Watson Lake. All the lakes are really big. They all have trails. Anywhere you go, you can hit a trail. There's horse trails, dirt bike riding. They have BMX riding in some of the schools. It's class, kind of like track. They
You
have
have a dirt bike class?
we have off-road bicycling
Oh, my
for the
son would
kids
be
at the high
thrilled.
schools. Yeah,
My
so it's
son would be
completely different here. Yeah, so there's trails all over the place. There's wineries if you guys like wineries. Right over the hill, which is Mingus Mountain, is west of me. There's the Verde Valley, and there's the Verde Valley River. And you can get Groupons. We did one time. My husband got us a Groupon, and you start at the winery, and then they take a bus to where you get into the Verde, and you have like a tour of kayaking. So then you kayak down the Verde River, and you end up back at the winery, and then you sample what it was so fun. It was
Oh,
so fun
you're in a kayak after having the wine tasting?
before. So you
Okay.
do the kayak first, and then you end up back at the winery to get your car, but you do the wine
That could
tasting
be a
after.
whole other thing.
I know, right? Yeah.
You might not remember it.
Right?
That would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So
That
there's
would
a
be
lot
fun.
of good adventures here, and we're 100 miles from Phoenix and 100 miles from Flagstaff. So we're very central to get to either point really quickly.
And how many miles are you from Sedona?
Sedona is
Or
about an
time.
hour.
I know you're like an hour.
Yeah, it's about an hour from here.
That's such a West Coast thing. West Coast, we do everything in time. How much time is it gonna take us?
Right?
How
Yeah.
much time?
I want to
And
know how
East
quick I
Coast
can
is
get there.
miles. Like, oh, it's 73 miles. Okay.
Well, from Phoenix to Flagstaff from Prescott, it's 100 miles each way.
Okay, so you're right in the middle of those 3
We're
or
right
those
in the
2.
middle.
Oh,
Yeah. So
nice.
Sedona, I would say, is maybe like 50, 75 miles.
And it's but when I'm flying, if I'm flying to Arizona, I'm flying into Phoenix and then I'm driving to you.
You can fly into Prescott.
Oh, tell me
They
more.
have destinations now that goes to Los Angeles and to Denver a couple times a day, and they
Oh,
use United Airlines.
nice.
So there's that.
I don't know that my mom would want to fly to LA, but that's
I
nice
know.
to know. But that's still better than Phoenix.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Phoenix Airport is a giant airport, by the way.
Yeah, it
Good
is giant.
Lord. Anyway, but I digress. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're taking care of my mom.
Yeah.
You have lived there for 8.5 years. You are helping people buy houses. How
Uh-huh.
many Californians have you helped? A lot of us?
Oh gosh, I would say probably 50 plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I know. Yeah.
I
All
hear,
California.
I know.
Yeah, I
And
get a lot of people from like Idaho and, New York and that type of stuff. But
Idahoans are moving to
most of my
Arizona?
customers, oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I know.
Okay.
I'm like, why? But you know what? This was the best move we made. It
Really?
makes you slow down. It's a very slow paced. I mean, driving around town, it's 25 miles per hour. So you kind of have to slow down and enjoy life. You know what I mean? I
Right.
wish we would have moved sooner here.
Aw. And
Yeah.
you're raising kids there, right? You have a daughter.
Yeah. We have our
Yeah.
youngest here. She's going to be 15.
Right.
So this was the best place we could have her.
Oh, that's so fun. So
Yeah.
when somebody is looking to get a hold of you,
Uh-huh.
is calling you the best way? Is texting you? How do you communicate best?
Texting is good. And then I call right away. Emails are nice. I don't get them all the time, but I do get notifications on my phone. So I'm always accessible. All my social medias, you can find me on each social media platform, Instagram, Facebook.
You're just
I,
answering all my questions. I
I
don't even
don't
have to ask
do
it.
Twitter much or TikTok, but I'm trying and I'm going to be using my YouTube more
All
because I
right. You're
got a new
singing my
microphone.
song now. You're singing my song,
You'll
Kat.
see me a lot more online.
Okay, so you were also telling me about some hidden fun facts about knocking around in your neighborhood, who we might see.
Oh, I was. So,
Yeah.
speaking of wineries,
Yes.
so I have Merkin Vineyards. So, the owner of that is Maynard Keenan, and he was the lead singer for Tool, if you guys know who Tool is.
Any Tool
He lives
fans
in
out there?
Jerome. Huh?
I said, any Tool fans out there?
Right? Yeah. So he lives in Jerome, and he
Okay.
owns the wineries that go to some of the local. He owns the vineyard that goes to the wineries,
The
and then
kayaking winery, the kayaking one?
no,
Oh,
I wish. No, he's got one in Cottonwood and then one in Jerome that he brings his wine to. So,
I'm like, ah,
and then Tony Tennille, she lives in Prescott.
young and beautiful. Someday your looks will be gone. That one.
Yep, that one.
Does she
lives
look the
there in
same?
Prescott.
Does she look the same?
She does. She does. And if you get an email from me, you can click on my signature, and it's got a video of her describing and talking about Prescott. So it's really cool if you guys want to take a chance at
Are
that.
you friends with Tony Tennille?
No, but my husband sees her in the bank all the time. I can't tell you which bank because I don't want you guys to stalk her. But yeah, she's around town. And
Can you
Prescott's
imagine
really
like running into her and being like,
right. I know.
what would I even do? I would probably just break out into song and sound like a dork. I'd be like, you're doing it wrong. But thank you.
Right.
Here, I'll take your
Yeah.
picture.
And then
Aw,
Chad Sexton actually lives up here too, and he was the drummer for 311. If there's any 311 fans out there.
nice. Everybody, all the fancies are moving to your hood.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's quite a few more, but I haven't run into them. So
They didn't reach out and go, hey, Kat, I'm here.
they
They
didn't.
will now, though.
Right?
So by the way, Kathy has a relocation guide. Screenshot this or pause this video if you're watching it on replay and get her relocation guide to Arizona. And then if you are looking to buy in Arizona, she also has a buyer guide to help you. Again, pause it, screenshot it, do whatever you got to do, but reach out to my dear, lovely high school friend. I knew her as Kathy. Y'all know her as Kat. Same beautiful woman who is taking care of my mama. So here, I'm going to show you this picture before we leave. Here we go. Here we go, Kat. Ready? We're gonna get all embarrassed seeing our drill team pictures up here
Right? Oh my gosh.
because you sent them to me and I was
I
like,
did.
oh girl, you know I'm pulling them up. You know I'm pulling them up. Hang on. Sorry about all that.
Oops.
Hang on. Super techie over here. I'm so techie. Let me do this. Okay, so that's me. Look at that. And that's your dad behind me.
That's my dad. I know. How funny is
Look at it,
that?
says drill dad on his hat. We don't know who this guy is. We
We
have no
don't.
idea who this guy is, but
No
something was
clue.
happening at the park with the drill team and probably the band or some such. And we
Maybe.
were having water balloon fights. But here, look at this one. This is the other one you sent me. Who am I mad at? Look at this.
Right?
I'm like, what's happening here?
That's
What's
after a parade. We're tired, we're cranky. It's just one of those.
Yeah, because my hair, we had to wear these fun, really slicked back buns. Like you could land a plane on the thickness of our head. And then
They
nobody
look
wanted to
so
walk around it. So
stiff.
we always had these visors. Look at the visors. 1986, man. That was 1985, 1986. Where's the one of you, Kat? Hang on. I'm pulling up that other one. I don't know what's happening. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at her. Look at her. Can you see it?
Me and my doll. My mom made that doll for me.
Oh, it's a Cabbage Patch.
Yeah.
It's a Cabbage Patch,
Yeah,
girl.
it's got the same uniforms as we have. It's just, yeah.
Look at how mad you look. You are pissed.
It's like, don't take my photo. That's my daughter's face when I take her photo now.
That is fantastic. See, that's just proof that we were on the same drill team in
Right?
the 80s, man. We're Gen Xers.
We
We're Gen
are.
Xers. I read somewhere that we were the last generation raised without phones.
Really? Huh.
Yeah,
How
because
did we even make it?
I know, without knowing chapter and verse, like where
Right?
everybody is and what
Yeah,
everybody's doing and communicating the minute we get a text, like, oh, we
I
gotta respond.
know.
Oh, we gotta respond. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. But
Yeah.
nobody, you know what cracks me up is that nobody knows what a busy signal sounds like today. Like,
No, I
because
know.
it was like, oh, there, it's busy, and you hang up. Like,
Yeah,
you don't have that now. It's just like you click over.
yeah,
There's no
I
busy
know.
signal.
Yeah, I miss it.
We're sounding old. We're sounding
Right?
old.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves.
I know. Let's not do that. We don't want to be those old ladies.
No, we don't.
But let me see if there's any comments before you hang up. Before you hang up. See, I'm talking about phones. We have somebody, Sandra Huerta is saying hello.
Hi.
Do you know Sandra? I don't know Sandra.
I don't.
I don't. Did we go to school with her? I'm going to be really embarrassed if she's like, yeah, we had 10th grade geometry together.
I know,
And I'll be
right?
like,
Yeah. Sorry, Sandra, if I don't remember
sorry.
you.
But anyway, all right. Well, that's all the comments that I see. I told my mom to watch. My mom better be at least watching. She's probably stalking
Probably. Yeah.
or trying to type really fast, nonetheless.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank you. I'm going to say publicly, thank you. Listen, if I am going to trust my mom to Kathy, like you don't just hand people off just willy nilly that it's your mom.
Right.
So Kathy has taken very great care of my mom. So if Kathy could take care of my mom, she could take care of you. So make sure you reach out to my girl.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh my gosh, what a fun little chat this has been.
Yeah.
And what was the other question I was going to ask you? Why did I pull that one up? I don't know. I don't know what I was going to ask you, but let me stop the ticker. If people want to reach out to you, there's your number. And is there anything else we should know about moving to Prescott? Like anything awesome that you would want us to all make sure we find out?
I would say again, come during Christmas time because that's a huge event. And then come during 4th of July because we have the world's oldest rodeo. And
Oh.
that's always fun. That's a whole week of rodeo stuff.
Okay, so in my mind, Arizona in July is miserable. Is it not that miserable in July there?
No, not up here. I would say the highest it's ever gotten is like a low 90. And that's like rare.
Okay,
So
that's
it's
the summer.
nice
Yeah.
weather. Yeah.
Okay, because Bakersfield's the sun. It's
Yeah.
triple
No.
digits.
Yeah. No, we're not Phoenix. So we
Yeah,
are a
and it's
nice
like Phoenix.
Because
Yeah.
everybody used to say, why are you moving to Arizona? It's so hot. I'm like, no, not all of Arizona's hot.
Was it how was it to like before you were like, okay, I'm an Arizonian. How
You
did
know, it took me a while because the altitude really made a big difference.
okay.
in my breathing, and I just wasn't used to that. So sometimes for older people, it makes it a little difficult. And then for cooking, you have to remember, you have to adjust your cooking for the altitude too, which I didn't know that either. So those are just little handy tips when you're moving up here.
So when I'm looking at the back of the brownie thing and it says for high altitude, that's Prescott.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
What's your altitude?
altitude up here is 5,300.
Oh, you are mountainous.
Yeah, we're pretty high.
Okay.
So
Even Prescott Valley is at 52?
5026.
Oh, Lordy. Okay. That's still
Yeah.
high.
But we're still above 5,000 feet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll have to know when I make brownies next time.
Yes. When you make mountains at your mom's.
Me and her cat.
Right?
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad that I got to introduce everybody to you and that they get to see how awesome it is to move to Arizona, live in Arizona.
Yeah.
Call Prescott,
Yes.
Arizona,
Prescott.
home.
Yes.
You don't just say Prescott. That's
Yeah.
just like Mayday, Mayday. You
Yeah.
have
Red
California
flag.
plates. You have California plates. I'm gonna have to rent a car next time we come out there because we have California plates. So
Right? Yeah. No, not happening.
not good. Not good.
No.
All right. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you
thank
being
you.
here. Yes, I'm so glad I got to do this with you.
Yes. Take care.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.